All right, so listen, this video, you saw the title, it's not clickbait. You should not buy the Canon PowerShot V1, and I'm gonna tell you all the reasons why. But this is not the video that I wanted to make. I was trying to make like this comprehensive retrospective on all the vlogging tools available to creators like you and me, and the Canon PowerShot V1 was gonna be a part of that. And this was going to be like an optimistic video about like how different tools are paintbrushes to artists, and I didn't get to make that video because of this camera. And before I get into all the reasons why, I want to give you some context as to like what I do in case you've never heard of me before. But I'm Velvet Alfredo. I do street portrait videos in Charlotte, North Carolina. I walk the streets and I find like interesting and unique people. I snap their photo. I've got a huge Instagram account based around that idea. And I thought, you know, it's a shame that my YouTube videos are stuck in this little home studio. And I should be out on the street where the action is. And so I would love to like do vlogs or like videos on the street, proper long form videos. Very spontaneous, very like fly by the seat of my pants. Like I'm not asking for a lot. And when I saw that the Canon PowerShot V1 was announced, that came out, all the press around it, I got very excited. Because I was like, you know, maybe this is the camera. And right off the bat, I started noticing issues. And I'm gonna get into it. Let's just get into them. First of all, and this is crazy to say out loud because like it is 2025. I found that the exposure on this camera in automatic mode, when left to its own devices, was absurd. That it would underexpose shots dramatically for multiple seconds before fixing it. And the exposure adjustments would happen so slowly in like totally normal situations that I found myself like waiting for it, like catching it. It ruined shots, it ruined moments that would be like really difficult to get back. And this was in auto. It has a built-in ND filter, a 3-stop ND filter, and I left that in auto. And this was just the camera left to its own devices. This problem has been solved in every single camera that I can touch, from an iPhone to the Pocket 3 to an Insta360 Go 3 to the FX3 to the A7R5. Like, it doesn't matter. Like very basic issues around transitioning from one lighting environment to the next. I was at a coffee shop, and it had a little overhang, like shading the people ordering coffee. And going from taking the coffee to walking out onto the grass, my arm that I'm like trying to showcase the coffee I just bought is overexposed for multiple seconds. And I can demonstrate with an iPhone immediately how like I can spin around and be on the shade side and the light side, and how like instantaneously, without you even recognizing it, the exposure is being adjusted. I do not understand how the exposure on this works. It is so slow to adjust. See, like it's slow to transition. See, you guys caught it then, right? I started becoming obsessed with like, what is the camera doing? Why is it doing this? And instead of like thinking about the work, I'm thinking about the tool. Second big issue is the stabilization. Don't let anybody tell you that the stabilization on this camera is any good. It's a wider lens at 16mm, so everything is gonna be not quite as jittery. But it seems to use a kind of digital stabilization. And I'm not talking about the enhanced version. I'm talking about like, there's like 3 modes. There's lens stabilization, there's regular digital stabilization, and then there's this enhanced mode. And if you listen to like all these people on YouTube talking about this camera, they're like, you choose the second option, the middle option, not the enhanced one that like crops in a lot. Choose the one that is just digital and it's just like stabilizing the frame a little bit in conjunction with the lens stabilization. Cool. Except what it's doing is a kind of like warp stabilization. And if anybody who's like an editor in Final Cut or Adobe Premiere, you're familiar with this technique. Warp stabilization, fundamentally, it applies a mesh over the whole image, and it starts to kind of like try to align the edges a little bit so that the edges may be kind of jumpy, but like you in the center are like rock solid. The problem with the way that the Canon does it it's very gooey. It's very wobbly. And so, like, yeah, I'm kind of in focus, but you're always seeing the periphery kind of like dancing and jumbling around. A camera at this level should be doing a dramatically better job. I would say, for reference, that my Meta smart glasses do a dramatically better job than the Canon PowerShot V1, and these are sunglasses. Obviously, the iPhone, famously has incredible stabilization. Pocket 3 has chosen other ways of doing it through a gimbal. The Sony ZV-1 Mark III, it's not great, but it's not like warpy crazy. If anything, it's like a little too just like handheld shaky. It doesn't have the issues that this thing does. And when you notice it, you can't unnotice it. It's like it's over. But the cardinal sin of this camera is the lack of its ambition. What do I mean by that? The entire point-and-shoot industry was demolished by phones. No one wants to carry a point-and-shoot camera in their pocket when they already have a phone that's got an incredible video camera on it. And that makes sense. But then there was a bit of nostalgia of like, where'd the point and shoots go? And kids started carrying digicams, and it's like, let's bring them back. And this is supposed to be Canon's like re-entry into the market because they were like famous with the G7X Mark III. Like that entire G7X line was like, everybody loved it. Tiny little point and shoot camera that was like perfect for vloggers. All of the beginning of YouTube was like built off of that line of cameras. And the choices that they made, instead of making an incredible pocket camera built for vloggers, designed to be like on the go, better than your phone, not quite a DSLR. Instead of the Sony ZV-1 line that is like tiny and pocketable, there are some compromises, sure. The size of this thing is absurd. It is dramatically larger than the Sony ZV-1 Mark II. It is dramatically larger than the Sony RX100, that whole line, dramatically larger than the G7X. And you'll hear creators who have reviewed this camera talk about, hey, it's got a fan now. Cool, it's got a fan. I don't care that it has a fan. The fan has made it larger. Like, it is bigger now, dramatically bigger. For what? It can't shoot 4K without a fan? It can't do 10-bit? The iPhone's doing that. By the way, with the fan, the camera makes a hum when it's on. It makes this like subtle hum. I don't know if it's the fan. I had the fan turned off. You could hear it when you bring it to your ear. I can't hear any other electronic that I own. The ZV-1 Mark II, I can't hear it. I can't hear the FX3. I can't hear my Leica M11 when it's on. I can't hear my electronics. I can hear it when my computer's on. I can hear it when my PlayStation's on. And you could hear it in other reviewers' footage, by the way. Like if you watch some of these YouTube videos when it's silent, you can hear this like hum. Yes, I can eliminate it in post-editing, but I don't feel as though I should have to, right? In a closed room environment like my office, I can hear it in the footage. I think what bothers me about this the most is that Canon is a reputable high-end camera brand, and that the Canon PowerShot V1 was their response to Sony and DJI and Apple, and yet it's like lacking totally in any kind of ambition. It's not tinier. It doesn't do anything special. It just has some of the features that some of their larger cinema cameras have, like C-Log and 10-bit. But like, there's nothing new about this. The lens is slower than Sony's. Guys, you need to think bigger. But DJI, God bless them, at least they're trying something different. I mean, this Pocket 3 is not perfect. I've got my issues with it. I thought that's what this video was going to be about. At least they're giving it a go. I mean, Insta360, I mean, look at this. They got a little capsule that can pop off. Not a perfect camera. I got all kinds of notes on this camera. At least they're trying something different. And the iPhone. In a world of computational photography, you got to get in the game. Like, there's no reason that the transitions from light to darkness need to be so crazy on the PowerShot. The iPhone or the Pocket 3 or the Insta360, they handle it great because I'm sure there's a bit of computational photography in there. Figure it out. I got this because I thought a return to like the form factor that I grew up with would be cool. Like I was really looking forward to making this video, and I spent 2 days as it ruined shot after shot after shot, and I started obsessing over why this camera was not living up to what just any normal camera would be able to do. And I'm gonna do something about it. Hi, honey. Yeah, no, I'm sorry to bother you. Do you happen to know where our mallet is? Oh, well, yeah, there it is. Okay, thank you. Safety first. Expose this. Hi, honey. Yeah. Oh, God, braces? That sounds expensive. No, I mean, yeah, we've got money in the account, sure. Okay, thanks, babe. You're going back. If you buy this camera, whether or not you're a professional or someone new to vlogging, you're gonna be disappointed and it's gonna feel like you just lit $1,000 on fire. Professionals are gonna wonder why the Canon PowerShot V1 does the things that it does so poorly. And new folks, people who are like just getting into the game, they're gonna wonder why the Canon PowerShot V1 only works as good as their phone. And it's a horrible, disappointing feeling. I saw all of those videos from Hawaii when Canon launched this camera, and I fell for the hype. Like I saw the excitement, it looked really cool, and I was like, man, maybe that's the camera I'm looking for. And the iPhone 16 Pro does everything that this camera does with the exception of the flip out screen. It's got a great camera, it shoots log footage, in ProRes. I'm warning all of you listening that if you're looking for like the next greatest camera to vlog on the street the way I want to, the Canon PowerShot V1 is not the camera you're looking for. I don't know which one it is. Maybe it's the Pocket 3, but that's a video for another time. And honest to God, I hate making this video because I don't want to be that guy. Like, I love this stuff. I love cameras. I love making videos. But if I was in a less fortunate financial situation and I like saved up to get something like this and then got it, man, that would be a bad feeling. I would not. I can't even imagine somebody spending $1,000 of their like hard-earned money that like mattered to them, and then they get this camera. It's that disappointing. So there you go. I hope this is helpful to some of you. But listen, I'm still making that like vlog retrospective about all the cool tools we've got available to us. I'm making that video. I'm just not making it with the Canon. So stay tuned, subscribe, do all the things because I think you're going to love that video. I'm excited about it and I just, got a little derailed. So I'll see you soon.